Our veterans made the choice to serve our country to defend our freedom. All too often, when they leave active duty, they are compromised because of a service-connected injury or condition. Many veterans are entitled to government benefits, but frequently run into roadblocks when seeking compensation from the VA.
The VA requires very specific information in order to award compensation for a service-connected condition or injury. The VA requires first that there's an event in service. It could be you injured your knee when you jumped out of an airplane, but it could also be that you developed diabetes, which is the condition during your active duty service. The second step is a current diagnosis. And the current diagnosis is important to get from either a medical provider or it could be a VA doctor. And the last hurdle, which is the hardest hurdle for our veterans, is a nexus opinion. What that means in plain English is they have to have a medical provider that's willing to say that that current diagnosis is as likely as not related to the event in service. And that's complicated. It's overwhelming for veterans, and that's why many of the claims are denied. The Veterans Appeals and Modernization Act of 2017 was implemented in February of 2019. And as of that date, the veterans now have 3 choices to appeal a denied decision. The first choice is they can have a supplemental claim. Pretty easy. They just put in new information or they provide new evidence. The second is a higher level review. The higher level review is when a more experienced person at the VA looks at the initial claim, but you can't add any new information. And the third is the more traditional route, which is going to the Board of Veterans Appeals, which is an administrative judge is going to look at that decision.
For decades, attorneys could only assist veterans at the appellate court. But in 2009, legislation passed allowing attorneys to help veterans at the administrative level, helping veterans develop the necessary evidence to be successful in receiving government benefits.
My husband of 44 years was active duty Army for 24 of those years. He's currently 90% disabled. And when he retired, he had to navigate that VA system, and it was difficult. Fast forward, when the legislation was passed, I found this to be an incredible opportunity, and an opportunity for me to help. I'm a trial lawyer, and I'm an Army wife. So I found this was a great opportunity for me to make a difference. My goal is not only to help as many veterans and their families as I can, but I'd also like to inspire or invite attorneys to help veterans. There are over 20 million veterans. There are 5.2 million veterans that have disability, have filed a claim, and over 200,000 in a backlog at the VA. Veterans need help, and attorneys need to step up and get accredited so that they can help those veterans.
My father's a Korean War veteran, and when we were given the opportunity to represent people who served our nation, we jumped at the chance. We have a long history of helping individuals get what they're entitled to. We know how to prosecute cases, and we do everything we need to do to get a just recovery.
It's a disservice to our veterans how long it takes them to get the compensation to which they're entitled. The goal of legal counsel is to get the highest possible rating and the earliest possible effective date, and to do it in such a fashion that it's expedited in the VA process so that that veteran gets the compensation to which they're entitled.
Nancy Morgan and the legal team at Finkelstein and Partners Veterans Services Group work to ensure that every veteran who deserves benefits gets them. The process is efficient and designed to get results as quickly as possible.
As one of our veterans attorneys, I'm in contact with the client from the time they initially call our office up to the completion of the claim. Both my grandfathers were veterans, and through volunteering at my local firehouse as a first responder, I meet and know many veterans outside the office. It's extremely gratifying to see the difference we make in their lives throughout the course of an appeal.
Our Veteran Services Group has a deep bench of trained professionals to review every document, whether it's an investigator, whether it's a nurse or lawyer. we make sure we get everything our veterans are entitled to.
Some of what we do is on a pro bono basis or free, but most of the veterans we represent are charged a contingency fee, which means they don't pay by the hour. They pay 20% of their past benefits. They're entitled to their full benefits going forward. Our team is very active in many veterans organizations and other organizations. We teach social workers how to identify veterans because then they could provide them with the resources that the VA offers. We work with homeless shelters to help identify veterans who may be entitled to a pension that could help them get compensation to get them a home. Additionally, I'm a member of the New York State Bar Association Veterans Group, the New Jersey State Bar Association's Veteran Group, and the Orange County Bar Association Veterans Group. And I teach each year hundreds of attorneys what they need to know so that they can become accredited and help veterans.
The joy veterans show when they get what they're entitled to, and they have to fight the very government that they served. While it's frustrating, it's tremendously rewarding when they recover what they're entitled to.
To learn more and schedule a consultation, visit lawampm.com today.